fishing news is brought to you by Navionics, Okuma, Yozuri, Evinrude, Llama Glass, and the Star Island Yacht Club in Montauk, New York.
Hi there, Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman Magazine with this week's web video fishing forecast for New England. Well, obviously I'm back here home, was down in Florida as you saw in last week's video, had the Springfield Sportsman Show this past weekend. Thanks to everyone who came out and saw us. I was there just on Friday, but it was busy. It was an excellent show. Again, thanks to everyone who came out. Thanks to the guys who hosted. Hope to see you again next year. Here in New England, we've got 2 weeks off until the next show, which is the Mass Stripe Bass Association's annual fishing expo, sport fishing expo. I'll, of course, have more details on that once we get a bit closer. Until then, you can always check out the events calendar at thefisherman.com, not just for the events here in New England, but of course, as well as our other editions for Long Island, Metro New York, as well as New Jersey, Delaware Bay. We've got you covered there. All right, we've got the March issue of the Fisherman Magazine. It hit newsstands this week. Of course, we got this time of the year, we got a good combination of how-tos as well as articles to help put you into more fish this coming season. On the how-to front, starting off, we got the next installment of the plug building series from Dave Anderson. This month, he tackles the famous Paiva 2T. Dave not only explains, obviously, how to, the particulars on building this pencil popper, which is way more than a pencil popper. He also talks about, he spoke with the creator, Joe Paiva, found out where the idea for it came about, how he developed this really unique, traditional but unique pencil popper. Just give it a look. The first time I saw one of these things swim, honestly, no lie, was really surprised at what it was able to do. And now you've got the opportunity to make one with details from the creator himself. Also got some additional how-tos, making teasers, as well as silicone skirted jigs for fluke and sea bass, for instance. Plenty of stuff to do right now, get you amped up for the coming season. We've also got articles on, Nova Scotia stripers, if you want to head north for a little change of pace, using wide and side trackers for tuna, which has been a highly effective tactic the last couple of years, and of course a lot more. Now, speaking of those side trackers, anyone who signs up in person at the New England Saltwater Fishing Show in Providence, that's March 27, 28, and 29. So you got a couple of weeks. I'll continue to remind you. But everyone who signs up at the show is going to be entered in a drawing for an awesome side tracker from our friends at Sterling Tackle. I've got it right here. Got it in hand already. This is going to be available at the show for you to take a look at. Check it out, and everybody, all the new, renewed, and gift subscriptions from that show are going to be put into a bin, however you want to do it. We're going to draw one lucky person from all of those names. You're going to get this side tracker, which is valued at over $100. So if you're interested in checking out more information on it right now, of course, check out that March issue. We've got a full feature article on using side trackers for tuna. One more thing before I get into the reports. With that March issue, we have the long-awaited official announcement of the all-new Coastal Kayak Clash. This is, again, in the March issue. This is a brand new kayak-only, Fisherman Magazine subscriber-only fishing tournament. Now, you're familiar with the Dreamboat Challenge. We already got the largest multi-species coast-wide fishing tournament for subscribers of the Fisherman Magazine. Well, we expanded that. We now have a kayak only, similar format to the Dreamboat, but it's a separate tournament. Fish are eligible in both. But for the Coastal Kayak Clash, again, kayak only. Photos, you catch the fish, you enter them through the photo by length. If you want to harvest the fish, if it's legal, no problem, go ahead. If you want to release it, all the better, go right ahead and do that as well. You can still enter the fish. There's no requirement to weigh it in. Multiple species. We've got blackfish, sea bass, fluke, bluefish, weakfish, hardtail, which is a combination of false albacore and bonita, bit of everything. So again, if you want to get all the details right now, check out the March issue. All you got to be is a subscriber to the Fisherman Magazine. You're automatically entered at this time. We're going to have further details at thefisherman.com for official registration in the tournament. No extra charge. Again, the only fee, so to speak, is a subscription to the magazine, digital or print. And all the details are in there. Check it out. Really looking forward to this brand brand new tournament this year. So let's make it a great inaugural event. Okay. Moving into reports. As you recall from last week, as I mentioned a minute ago, I was down in Florida for a few days. Be sure to check back next week's video. I've got a huge announcement coming next week, which is a result of last week's trip to Florida. But in the meantime, apparently I was not the only person down in Florida last week. Got an email from subscriber Eloy Nava. He was fishing with Captain Patrick Edward of Calusa Charters. Said he was fishing near Sanibel Island, and he caught and released a nice 36-inch snook. That thing could have eaten any of the snook that I caught last week, so awesome. Congrats on that great catch. He also caught a bunch of other smaller snook and some Jack Crevalle, another species I was trying for last week, but for whatever reason was unable to connect with. So again, congratulations, Eloy, on the catches. Goes to show you, if you're doing any fishing right now, shoot me an email, send me some pictures. You just might make this a video. It doesn't just have to be what's going on locally. Especially this time of year, people are traveling to warmer climates, so let's see what you're catching. But a little bit closer to home, it's kind of more the same we've been seeing the last couple of weeks. On the ice fishing front, I gotta pass along a word of warning to you ice anglers out there is, if you didn't hear, in Connecticut this weekend, at 2 separate lakes, we had 2 different groups of anglers go through the ice. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened. Hopefully, everybody made it out okay. But it just really goes to show you, any time of the year, no matter whether it's the beginning of the ice, middle of the ice, end of the ice season, you gotta be careful. And especially this year, I mean, the weather has been all over the place. We've had warm, we've had cold, we had 70 degrees a couple of weeks ago. So you just never know how consistent that ice is. So check it as you go and be careful. If ice fishing isn't your game, and this winter I don't blame you, the cod boats have been getting out a little bit. They got out a couple of days this week, but doing a quick check before I shot the video, it looks like a tough outlook the next couple of days as far as sailing options. But the Francis fleet, they did sail on Sunday and Monday this week with a light crowd, and they have pretty good results compared to what we've been seeing a lot this year. They said they had to bounce around a bit, hit wrecks, hit a couple of different wrecks, a few different rock piles, and by the end of both of the days, even though they had to work for it, at the end of both days, they put together a pretty respectable catch. All right, and then last up, one last housekeeping item. Got to remind you, don't forget the Fisherman is now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV, excuse me. So now you can watch this broadcast as well as all of our other video content on your television, not just on YouTube. Just search the Fisherman TV on any of those devices and you can find us. It's a free app to add. I've actually been talking to a handful of people at each of the shows the last couple of weeks that have already set it up. So hi to you out there. Thanks for watching us on those different platforms. I'm still a bit new to it myself, just getting used to it. It's neat. It's pretty neat nonetheless, and it's a cool additional way that you can follow along with the Fisherman Magazine. So if you have any of those devices or you plan to add them in the near future, be sure to add the Fisherman TV app. All right, well, there you have it. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman Magazine, wishing you tight lines if you head out onto the water this weekend.